Okay, it turned off. It's separated. So that was 3313. That's when the last one stopped. So this is number 3. For those of you all who are joining me, this is part 3, and we're doing my 5th near death. Look at me acting like, stop it. We're doing my 5th near death experience, and I just felt my spirit guides and my spirit guide just come over me, and I'm like really hot, and I just feel it. So this is really powerful. So let me go ahead and give you my 5th one, and then whatever messages that get ready to come out. I feel like my spirit guide EGG is getting ready to say something and give a message, and this is the powerful one. This is the one that's yeah, it's some of you all that are listening that, yeah. All right, let me just go ahead and do it. All right, so my 5th one was, I was in Jacksonville, Florida. Was I always in Jacksonville, Florida? No, I think so. I was in Jacksonville, Florida, and my then fiance and I were involved in a bad car wreck. It totaled out his car a few weeks prior to this event happening. And so at first it seemed like he was more injured than me and stuff like that. And so anyway, I got up in the middle of the night. I went to go, middle of the morning really, I went to go get something out the refrigerator, some orange juice. And I went in, I remember opening up the refrigerator, pouring my orange juice and drinking it with it open. And then I felt that feeling, like, you know, those of you who's ever passed out before, it's a funny way you feel right before you pass out. And so I was just getting ready to pass out, and I had like a split second to call my then fiance, ex-fiance, gone, not in the picture, nowhere in the picture. But anyway, from that point, I was gone. And from him, I was gone a long time. Like, why didn't you call 911? But I won't get into that. I was gone a long time. And so I was laid out on the floor, and I remember someone in me saying that, asking, was I forgiven? And something about love and God and forgiveness or something like that. And then I popped back in my body. And that's the one that bothered me, because it was like, I don't even care about stuff like that. I don't see stuff like that. I don't feel that way about that. And I mean, I know now it was just parts of myself that hadn't reconciled with the me that's sitting in front of you now. And so those are the different layers that you have to yourself. That's why this inside first is so important, because you can be healed and everything and walking out your path and stuff, and then when you get ready to go, if you aren't reconciled with your spirit, it will drag your ass back here, you know. And it's like, why am I coming back here? I don't care about that. I'm gone. But some part in me was like, no, we aren't going. We're not forgiven. I'm like, you are forgiven. What are you talking about? That don't make no sense. It's nothing to forgive in yourself. Okay. So that was like a weird one for me. And for the longest time, because that happened like in 2012, and for the longest time, 2012, 2013, I couldn't understand. I was bothered by myself, because that's not even my belief system. You know, God and forgiveness and all that stuff like that. That stuff is not even in it. It had to be some leftover stuff from my upbringing. And I was really upset, because I was ready to go, and it snatched me back. God didn't forgive me, or I wasn't forgiven. I'm like, who the hell is talking? What is that? I felt it. I can feel it when it snatched me to come back here. And yeah, that was a weird one. That was really weird. Yeah. And so the funny thing is like 2 years later, in 2014, I actually wound up going to my first spiritual conference expo, and down in Melbourne, Florida. And that's the first time that I had had an aura reading, and I'll go ahead and post my aura pictures. I think I've already done it again, but I'll repost them so that everybody can see them. Hang on for a minute. I can go and get them. Hang on. I'm not going to pause it. Just hang on. Play the beautiful music. All right, here they are. Can you see them? Okay, from the side you can see them. Those are my aura readings. And this is another one. These are more recent ones. Let me look one more time, because I have the other ones are more blue. Hang on for a minute. Okay, I'm back. All right, it must not be meant for me to find that one, but these were two that I've had done by Laura Kay. So this was the first one she did, and this was the second one she did, and those were a year apart. And the one that I'm going to show you later, all this blue was all around me, just like the blue that I have on now. It's making sense. And so the lady, I remember her like being like, she saw a ghost, you know, and she's like, you're only like maybe the second person that I've seen who has had an aura that was all blue around them. And she was like, this is your last time here. You're not going to be here anymore. And so for me, I think I was 48. I can do the calculations, but I wasn't 50. My grandmother died at 50. So for the longest time, I thought I was going to die, and I was kind of scared that I was going to die by the time I'm 50. I mean, I still had a young daughter, you know, I wasn't ready to go and stuff like that on that level. And then, of course, later, I start understanding that I'm not reincarnating anymore. When I'm done, I'm done. Like if this thing is my last thing that I do, and it's just say it's the last stuff that I'm supposed to do, I'm good. I'm not coming back. I'm not reincarnating. I'm at peace with everything that's happened in my life. I've done the stuff that I haven't done to get this wellness center ready requires money and different things like that. So that money, you know, to be able to do some of the things that I need to do, but the little things, like I bought the lights so that people can see to get up the back stairs to get in, or we're sitting outside on the deck or out front, little things like that. The major things I've done, you know, I put the word out, I've done everything. So I've done, you know, my kids are good. My boyfriend is good. My family's good. So even if they weren't good, the things I've learned about myself spiritually and understand, I'm ready to go on to that next place, you know? So anyway, she was just like, you're not going to be here anymore, you know? And I was like, okay. So now I'm like, okay, this is 4 years into being here. I mean, I'm not even sure what it is about Atlanta. It has been the most spiritual place where I have just, you know, come online and like, you know, and Stone Mountain is my place. Always on Stone Mountain, always on Stone Mountain. And I found out that my ancestors used to be on Stone Mountain also. So it's just like, it's been a powerful place for me to be sensitive to my spirit transitioning spiritually and giving birth to myself. So it's like I gave birth to myself 4 years ago when I got here to Atlanta, and then this is the result of that birth. So for those of you who are giving birth to yourself, it was a really intense process and stuff like that, you know. So I'm glad that I gave you all the 5 times that I had my near-death experience. I wasn't even planning on posting anything today. That just came up. So yeah, I think something is going on, and you guys go ahead and contact me. That's all that I could. That's all that I could really say. I'm not getting specific messages. All right, I am getting a message. Let me pull some cards. Hang on. I'm not pausing it. Just listen to the beautiful music. Who knew I was going to do all this? All right, I got my little stuff out. I'm going to go ahead and do a tribe pull. It's going to be a long video. This is 43 minutes. This might close out again. You guys won't see this one, but I'll take a picture of it later so you all can see it and have it for your records for our first tribe pull. So I'm laying out my beads. Yep, all these things I'll be using with you all if necessary. Hematite. And my chakra stones. That's funny that the heart one's there. All right, I'm just laying this stuff out. This is how I usually do before I do my pull. All right, and this is just coming to me, and Spirit specifically said for me not to edit and for me not to, I only edited one time. Excuse me, guys. Can't touch your face. I only edited one time, real show. I only edited one time, and that was because I spoke something that wasn't mine to speak, so I edited that out. All right, and I will give you a picture of this. All right, give me one more second. Hang on. My eyes are allergies. Hang on. Okay, tribe, I'm back. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle the cards, and I'm telling you, I'm like, the cards didn't even wait for me to shuffle them. All right, I'm gonna take the top card for the guiding card, blue chakra fairy. Wait a minute. My yat. I'm gonna sit it right here. Woo! Wait a minute. I got another one. Merlin. All right. These two for tribe, Merlin and my yat. I understand why for both of these. All right. This is transparency. It's our guiding card. Yeah. No. This is our, where we're going to. This is our present. Past. Ooh. Hang on for a minute. Give me a second. All right, I see now. Okay, those aren't, usually I do past, present, future and stuff like that, and that's not what's happening in these cards. These cards jumped out. These three cards jumped out. These are tribe cards. Self-love, creativity, transparency. These are members of the tribe. My yat. These are for you, tribe. In Merlin. Blue chakra fairy is in here some kind of way. It's not in, blue chakra fairy is not as strong as these cards. So, yeah. All right, tribe, these are our cards. In fact, I'm feeling I'm gonna put blue chakra fairy back. I'm feeling that that's not ours. So this is us, tribe. Merlin, Mayat, transparency, creativity, self-love. I'm laughing. All right, I am going to, this is going to be a long one because I got to read these so you all know what's going on. So that's the message. Yeah. Okay. I see what's happening. I mean, I feel the energy, of the tribe, and I feel it. It's like I know, it's hard when you're about to give birth, tribe. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. I'm feeling some sadness is coming up. Something's coming up. I'm feeling maybe not sadness, heaviness, and yeah, your life is gonna change. You're exactly right. Your life is gonna change, and the people you thought who were gonna be here and different things like that for you, they're not. They're not supposed to. This journey is an intense journey. That's why I want to make sure that you all have people around you supporting you while you're going through the journey. And when you accept the journey and say you're ready, you don't have to know everything that's going on with the journey. Just go ahead and, yield yourself to your own spirit, to your own self, and then the right things will start coming. And it makes sense that the whole quarantine thing is happening because, you need to sit with yourself. You need to sit with yourself. That's all. You just need to sit with yourself. There's no guarantees when you're sitting with yourself because your stuff has to come up. And that stuff is painful. That stuff is hurtful. You don't want that stuff for yourself. However, it's about coming through it. Coming through it. So I'm here for you all. We'll make it through together. So let me go ahead and read these things for you all. Looks like we're going to run a little bit over an hour. All right, we're going to start with Merlin. All right, I'm happy to be with you all, child. I just wasn't expecting this to come from this. And this is just ours. This is our sacred, special place to be in. So we're not worried about anyone else. This is just us. So Merlin. Merlin is the most famous bard and magician since history began. There are many conflicting stories of his birth, and given his modern day frame, it is hard to distinguish the difference between fact and fiction, modern day fame. What is fact is his ability to understand physics and combine them with the practice of magic to create a world which was full of wonder and possibility. Merlin is a very old soul who had lived many human lives and is known to be the reincarnation of Talisi, the greatest wizard that ever lived. And that's Taliesin for those of you who the Merlin card is for. Most importantly, Merlin is known and respected for his prophetic powers. He was a wise man beyond that of any human. His wisdom came from memories of the past and insights into the future. He worked at one of the universal energies and worshipped the goddess, yet respected the fact that his was not the only belief practiced during his time. He was also gracious and humble, and his respect for other humans often meant he was called upon to become a mediator in disputes in the kingdom of Britain. You have found yourself in a position as a mediator. However, unlike Merlin, you are unhappy with this responsibility, which has been forced upon you. The people surrounding you know your ability to respect others and bring insight and calm to most situations. Don't be afraid. Take on the responsibility. It is a sign of respect from those around you. Deal with the situation using the wisdom which is yours and trust in your abilities to ensure all sides are represented fairly. It will become evident that the entire situation was a simple misunderstanding, and information that each assumed the other party had was simply that, an assumption. As the dispute is settled, all parties will leave feeling they have won, which will result in a newfound confidence in yourself and your abilities to no longer shy away from similar situations. Ashe. All right, that is the Merlin card for those of you who are Merlin in our tribe. All right, the Mayats, where you at? And when you all contact me, please let me know which card was your card so that we have some place to start with from your pool. So when you all contact me, you're either a Merlin or a Mayat or whatever, and that'll be your guiding card for your reading. And then we'll do the rest of the reading. So each one of you all is going to start out with a base because we need to know what you birthed. It's like, did you give birth to a boy or a girl? And in this situation, what did you give birth to? Did you birth a Merlin? Did you birth a Mayat? Did you birth a transparency? Did you birth creativity? Or did you birth self-love? So each of you all is going to be doing different work. And so we'll have a night. How many days is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll have a night for each one of you all, or a session for each one of you all, where I'll meet with whatever you birth. I'll meet with you all, and we'll have work to do around that. And you all will progress to different areas. One of these 5 areas you'll progress as you're growing and changing and evolving, and you'll switch over the groups, and we'll just follow the whole thing out. So yeah, but anyway, all right, so that was Merlin. Let me go to the next one. Sorry about the glare. Hang on, let me switch over the glare from the windows. Ooh, don't look at that booty. All right, glare from the lights. Look, these glasses are just gonna glare. I'm sorry. Let's get to Mayat. I just keep looking up because I don't know at this time if it's going to turn off, and I definitely don't want to lose the recording. Hang on, let me plug us in. Hang on. All right. Definitely don't want to lose the recording. I guess this is our first session together, huh? This is for us, guys. All right, Mayat. Mayat is the Egyptian goddess who, after the universe was created, brought harmony to the world amidst the chaos which occurred shortly after its creation. Mayat was married to Thoth, Thoth, not Thor, and is the daughter of the sun god Ra, and is often depicted with wings on her arms or holding a feather or an ankh in her hand. Mayat was not only a goddess, but also came to represent the 42 principles of Mayat, which are the laws of truth and justice. And at the time of her death, these principles were used in measurement against the feather to determine whether a soul can enter to the divine order of the afterlife, the final judgment afterlife. This final judgment is based on the ways in which a person has lived their lives and treated other people. Similar to the principles of Mayat, you too are in the position to make a decision about someone in your life. You hold a position of power where your judgment of justice and truth will determine the outcome of the situation. Do not fear such decisions, as it is likely that your anger will fall short of what others are expecting of you. Somewhere hidden in this situation is a truth, which will make a considerable difference to the outcome. Others know the truth, however, they will not stand up and be heard, as they are fearful the focus will turn on them. You too are being judged for your ability to handle this situation, as many think it is beyond you to end this amicably, as it will require a great deal of compassion and understanding on your part. You will rise above everyone's expectations and manage this situation with an honorable sense of dignity and justice. All right, my aunt. It's amazing. All right, my aunt. You guys have your birth. You have your baby. All right. Creativity. Are we going next? No. Transparency. Where are my transparency babies at? Ooh, and that's the throat chakra too. Did you all see that? This is the crown chakra. The blue is the throat. We got another blue, transparency. All right, let's go to transparency. We're still going, 58 minutes. Transparency is a complete level of honesty. It's a behavior where people can clearly understand your motives and your emotions, and they feel safe being around you. Transparency is a balance of not telling everyone your deepest, darkest secrets, but about providing a space in which people know you are being honest and caring towards others and yourself. There is a little child inside of you having a very big temper tantrum. And the only way the child can be heard is to stomp his or her feet and create a scene. The only thing is, this doesn't make people listen. In fact, it makes them ignore the message and focus on the behavior, so all that effort is wasted. The time has come for you to look within and find a different voice. The voice of the grown-up you are. Find your compassion and use your inner wisdom to communicate in a more effective way. This change of behavior will put people off guard, and they will finally have to listen, as they have nothing else to be distracted by. Positive results will occur very quickly, and you will finally experience the feeling of being acknowledged and heard. These results will be so profound that the little child with the tantrum will heal itself and learn more grown-up ways of being heard. All right, transparency. Look at you all. Just birthed and you're ready to grow up. All right. Okay, dope. I can do either self-love or creativity. Let's go ahead and create and then close it out with self-love. All right, creativity. That is your solar plex. And I will have these for you all. When you all call in, you all will get those of you who aren't familiar with what chakras are, I'll call in. I'll have that set up for you too. So you have the little chakra thing and you'll have the card also, so that you can take that to your time that you spend with yourself. You'll have something to go by and something to reflect on, and then as your experiences start happening, you can refer back to them, so it'll help you in your transition. Not that it'll make it easier, because it's just going to be hard. I mean, look at all the mess and everything and changes and things you built up and created for yourself that weren't even yours, and now you have to tear them down or change them or leave or walk away and let people go, let things go, change jobs, peaceful places, things, get away from people, go to people, say sorry to people, step away from people. So many things are going to happen, and if you just stay sensitive to your spirit, you'll know what's right or wrong for you. And even if you get involved in something that you feel isn't good, you'll be strong enough to say, this isn't for me. I have zero animosity. I'm just bowing out and going away. I'm taking my ball and go home. I was famous for taking my ball and go home. I'm not even putting up with that. All right, anyway, creativity. Stay on track. We'll have plenty of time in our groups, our different groups, to dig into stuff and hear everyone's story and let everybody talk and get it out. And then we'll start doing homework around that and sessions around that. And we'll set up to meet. And as soon as we're able to travel, those of you who aren't in Atlanta can come to Atlanta. And we'll have it set up we'll have Zoom set up so that everybody can see it, so I can teach from here, and it will be fine. We don't even need to see each other. And then as this is lifted or is doing what it's going to do, we'll go to different retreats and different things like that, and we'll just continue to meet together and see what comes up and help each other grow and become who we are. And those of you supposed to fly off, then fly off. Those of you supposed to stay here and teach, move here, whatever. I may not be here because I may be moving. So, but anyway, I'm going too far. It's just, I'm telling you, all of this stuff just came to me while I was sitting here. So now I understand why the fifth one happened, because it's like the fifth one just came in like a zoom, the near-death experience, and it's like, boom, this is what you're supposed to do, Storm. I got the message right here in front of you all. You all saw it happen. You all saw how Spirit just like, hey, this is what I want you to say and do. So everything we've done since the fifth near-death experience was new. I had no idea it was going to happen or anything like that, you know. So that's Spirit just coming in and saying, hey, and it only happened like that because those of you all who are supposed to get this message are coming online and ready to give birth. And so you all are pulling that part of my spirit out of me so I can give you all the milk, so I can give you all the sustenance that you need to get you all to the next point and moment. So don't make me pass out over here. All right, come on. Creativity. My hemonite. So those of you all who need healing, I got to be able to, like, protect myself while you guys are getting healed. I'm setting his stuff back up. I'll set it up later for pictures. All right, creativity. Creativity is the passion of the Spirit. It is Spirit's way of expressing itself in so many different methods. Without the opportunity to express ourselves, we would all be the same. It is our creativity which encourages us to be individual and to take risks that go outside the norm. Creativity allows us the freedom of self, and this freedom often comes at a price. Others who are less fortunate to find the courage to embrace their creativity can often be driven by fear and present as being sarcastic and pessimistic. You seem surrounded by naysayers who want you to take the safe path, the path that is dull yet predictable and won't hold any surprises or challenges for you. It's a good choice for them, but not for you. You will wither without the opportunity of challenges, and that's where you creatively work is best. Your creativity works is best. You are a brilliant problem solver. Hang on. That's my alarm. And get bored when there are no challenges. Don't allow these people to dampen your spirit. You hear me? Don't allow these people to dampen your spirit. I see the glare. Can't help that.